Welcome to your motivational video today for being a non-smoker. And today I want to continue our discussion on change. As we mentioned before, change can either be a good thing or it can be a negative thing. It can be positive or negative, good or bad, however you want to see it. And, a lot of things that people change in their lives, they look on it with anticipation and excitement, and they're really kind of have an adventurous spirit. But sometimes people will see change as something that is negative, it's scary, a bit dark, like it's seemingly dark, uncertain. There's a lot of uncertainty in change, which can be true. There is uncertainty in change. But, something I was considering today, I was outside and I was just looking at all the changes that were going on around me. And the leaves I noticed are really starting to bud. The flowers are blooming. And something I noticed when looking at the leaves, leaves are constantly changing and they're beautiful in their season. We have 4 definite seasons here where I live, and right now it is springtime. So, there's that anticipation of, the trees blooming, coming back to life, the leaves appearing, and they're just these little tiny buds. And yet those little tiny buds can produce such beautiful results. And then in the summertime, they're in full bloom, they're green, and depending on what type of leaf it is, from what type of tree or bush, whatever it is that you're noticing, that leaf will take on the shape, the size, the look of whatever it is that it's coming from. But then there comes the fall. And this is actually my favorite time of the year because then the leaves start changing colors. And I love to see all the reds and the yellows and the oranges, even the browns. They have their beauty too. And just seeing all the changes that the leaves make. And then eventually the leaves do fall off, they die off. But there's always that anticipation of hope of what they're going to be like again the next spring. And and the same it is with you. Change is has that bit of uncertainty. It's got that nuance to it. But each season that you go through periods of change has the most wonderful and beautiful things if you choose to look at it that way. For instance, as a non-smoker, you may be having to make some other changes in your lives, things that you didn't maybe realize before that you're having to do. Sometimes people get in with a bit of a mixed crowd. They might have to make changes with finding new friends, new ways of expressing themselves. For other people, they may have wonderful friends and family, and so they stick close to them, but maybe the changes they might have to make are definitely more on the internal thoughts of, I can do this, I'm better than this, smoking is not going to defeat me, I am a non-smoker and I'm staying that way, and maybe change might mean bringing on some new things, some replacements. What you get rid of, you actually need to replace it with something good. So maybe, with being a non-smoker and exchanging those cigarettes, maybe you need to exchange it for a healthier lifestyle. Consider maybe having a hobby, some healthier eating. Maybe when you're craving a cigarette, maybe instead of having a cigarette, maybe you're really craving something to hold in your hand. So the idea of writing and having a pen or a pencil in hand, or maybe you're craving something that's more nutritious on the hungry side. So maybe replacing it with some carrot sticks or celery, something positive. And so, your word of encouragement for today and your motivation is change. How can you see change as a positive thing in your life? What areas can you change? And I hope you have a wonderful day with that change.